You put the over in over, put the X in next. Ain't no I in trouble, just the you since we met. Cause you're toxic, boy. I ain't even gotta try to find a G-O-O-D in goodbye. Alright guys, I'm back. I've been promising you guys a story time like forever. Cause I promised that every time I post a poem, I will post the story to back up the poem. I'm biting my tongue. Don't judge me. So today will be Virginity Part 2. I already gave you guys the poem. Now you gonna get the story. Yeah, you gonna get the tea. Okay, Brenda, stop it. Alright, so I'm not gonna call any names. So let's just refer to him as Super K. Because you know that shit was super, you know what I mean. I'm sorry, I'm gonna stop. Okay, so I was 15 at the time. Yes, 15. So we met on Facebook. Funny story. This is gonna sound bad, don't judge me. He was my older sister's, my older outside sister. He and her dated for 3 days. I did not know that until after we started to date, of course. But yeah. So we spoke for like a month and a half on and off. He'd walk me home from school in the afternoon. Met my mother. She was quite fond of him. So one afternoon it was raining like hell. And he borrowed his mother's umbrella to come pick me up from school. And when we almost got to my house, I'm biting my tongue again, his mother called him and told him that she needs her umbrella to go to work. So he says, well, I live like 2 streets away from him. Drop off his mother's umbrella and then he would walk me home. So we went, dropped off the umbrella. His mother left. He said, oh, let's just stick around for a little while, drink some water because he's thirsty, to walk back to my house again, whatever. So I agreed. Okay. He brought me a glass of water. We're there talking, you know. I mean, we all know how high school love goes. We think the love is kisses. So then kissing started from there and then touching. But then when he got around to that area, come on, we're girls, we all know that area, you know, the untouchable area. Yeah, when he got around to that area, I'm like, no, I don't want to do this, I'm not ready. He got pissed off, threw a fit, said that a relationship is about love, and if I loved him I would give it to him. So I think from the topic of this video, you know exactly where that story went. So clearly I was stupid. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I was stupid. Because it caught me. I'm like, well, yeah, I have been told that relationships are equal give and take. And I mean, he's been so nice to me. You know, he comes and picks me up from school, walks me home, sits with me all day. I mean, I'm certain any other girl out there would have given him more than just a kiss. I guess he deserves it. Don't kill me. I'm laughing at myself right now. Anyways, he said, okay, well, we can go over to my grandmother's old house. Yeah, so he lived in the ghetto. And then the neighbor was basically like 5 feet away from their house. Like the houses are like closely packed. It was ridiculous. Anyways, I'm straying from the topic. Let's get back on track. So we went over to his grandmother's old house. Pretty good for an old house, right? It was covered with bush on the outside, but the inside of the house was in good condition. So me being skeptical about it, I decided I'm not going further into the house than the living room. Alright, so then you know the little touching and kissing starts back again, and I'm programming it in my head that okay, I'm gonna do it. Alright, so we try once. We never really get it done because it hurts, and I'm like, no, I changed my mind. So he's like, here, what? Relax, trust me. Turn your back, hold on to the post of the doors, and just trust me. So, I mean, me being naive, I agreed to hold on to the post of the door and trust him. So at first, he's just rubbing it down. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I could get used to this, just a little rub down. And then the most painful thing I have ever felt in my life. Oh my god. I'm telling you, it was horrible. Some people say it's different for them. I guess it just has to do with proper foreplay and stimulation before that, but that's not our topic. Let's leave that alone right now. Anyways, it was excruciating, right? Bear in mind, I was holding onto the doorpost with my eyes closed, right? And I'm trying to run, but he's holding onto my waist, so I can't move forward. So the only direction I can go is up. So I practically climbed the door frame. When I opened my eyes, like, this was the top of the door, and that was my face, like right there, like hanging on to the door frame. I literally climbed the door frame. It was that painful. Yeah. And then I'm panicking, blood running down my leg. And he's like, oh my god, I think I'm gonna be sick. I'm gonna vomit. That is blood. I'm like, what? Like, for real? Really? Anyways, I got dressed. He walked me home. And by the time I got home, my mother and older sister were already waiting on me because I'm not much of a rule breaker. So they expect me home by a certain time, and I usually come home by that time. So the fact that I came home later kind of signaled that there was something up. So my sister insisted that if my mother didn't whoop my ass, she would have done it herself. So my mother gave me an ass whooping that day for coming home late. I can't forget, he usually walks me all the way inside and sits down under the tree in the front yard with me. We talk, I get him something to eat and whatever. But that day, for some reason, he was particularly off. I figured maybe he felt guilty being around my mother after what we did, so I just let him leave. He came to the gate. He literally walked me to the gate and then left. I tried calling his phone a few times the day after, and no answer. I sent him WhatsApp messages, no answer. I tried sending him a Facebook message and I was blocked. So at that point, I decided to go to his house. Sorry, I'm kind of on the main road, so the vehicles are gonna interrupt the video from time to time. Bear with me. Okay, so I decided to go to his house, and when I got there, his sister peeped out the window, and then she went and told him that I'm outside. He came outside with a nasty, like I'm trying to, like, you feel the vibe from a person, and the vibe he came out there with wasn't a good vibe. So that automatically pissed me off. I automatically realized that he was deliberately ignoring me, which means that you fed me all this bullshit about love and relationship and sharing and giving just so you can get into my drawers. That was when I came to that realization. So I was angry. So I'm like, what's going on? I've been trying to, I was extremely hostile. What's going on? I was trying to call you. You're not answering my calls. What? He says he doesn't know what I'm talking about and I should get out of his yard before he kicks me out. So I did the only thing I could do. Agreed that I had already made my mistake and there was nothing that could change that. And I went to my mother's house. The end. I'm lying. Our story continued 2 years after. I'm going about my merry way, walking down Market Street, and my mother called my phone. Brenna, you won't believe who came to see you today. Is that chicken serious? Anyways, Brenna, you won't believe who came to see you today. So I'm like, who came to see me today? Oh, I can't tell you. So my mother says that there's somebody here to see me, hurry up and come home. But by the time I get home, the person's gone. She said that they would come back. So I'm like, okay. So I started waiting for the person to come back. I heard somebody call my name outside. So I went out assuming it was whoever came to me. He said he wanted to talk. So me being the nice person I am, I agreed, okay, let's talk. He said, he just realized that I was the only person who ever genuinely loved him. Not even his mother loved him as much as I did. And he's sorry. He wants to give it another try, whatever. In my head, I'm like, no, a little too late. I'm sorry, I can't do this. I can't, but on the bright side, we're not enemies right now. We talk. Like, we say hi, hello, and bye to each other. I like food, and he happens to work at a restaurant, my favorite restaurant. So I see him there very often, but we're not gonna be doing anything intimate. I'm sorry. I used to hate him. Like, for the 2 years, I hated him, and I think it was probably because I didn't have closure. But after we had that talk, I don't know, maybe it made me feel better knowing that he was miserable. But after we had that talk, I felt a lot better. So right now we're on hi, hello, speaking terms. I'm happy. He's happy. What he did was already done. What he said was already said. What I felt was already felt. So there wasn't much we could have done about it other than accept it. Alright, that's it for today. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget, we'll navigate life one story at a time. Please like, subscribe, share, show your girls some love. You know, motivate me to tell you guys the next story. Oh, and up next is Mama's Boy. You know, Mama said so. Alright, bye.